something else that happened yesterday while we were at the ballpark, and we didn't get to quite experience it like some of the other reporters and members of the media did. Barry Bonds dropped by.
Yeah.
This inspired a lot of interesting conversations between fans, writers, all of us. How do we really feel about Barry Bonds right now? He's been gone for quite some time. I mean, he's been alive, but he's had kind of a Giants hiatus, and his return caused a lot of questions. How do you feel about Barry Bonds coming back and being part of the Giants?
I'm totally cool with it. I think it would be great. I have incredibly good memories of Barry Bonds, and I don't think you should treat it any differently from Mark McGwire working for the Cardinals. Barry Bonds, aside from steroids, whatever you want to say, is an incredibly intelligent hitter who knows how to read pitchers. He knows how to recognize pitches. He knows what pitches get thrown in which situations. He's arguably one of the smartest hitters that is still in a position to become a hitter, or to become a coach. And I think that our friend Dave, GG Giants, said it best, that if the Giants are that it would be a huge mistake not to put him in a position to mentor young hitters with the kind of knowledge that he has. So that's how I feel.
He didn't mentor young hitters when he was a player.
No, it wasn't his job.
He showed no. Yeah, and so now if you just give him a position, he'll take it seriously?
Yes.
You think so? I'm of different minds. The Giants might possibly want to hire him as this roving instructor who goes to Arizona and Richmond and Fresno and mentors these hitters, and maybe he can fix Brandon Belt's swing. He claims that he knows what's wrong with Tim Lincecum. I think he's too big of a profile to handle a position like this. He's never been good with media. He's never been good with his teammates.
But he was yesterday.
Yeah,
he was like giggling. He was,
maybe
having a good time. I think that we've seen a steady change in Barry Bonds over the course of his adult life. He was the LeBron James of baseball, right? He was from a prospect, everyone knew he would be the best player. He was on the Pirates. He was fantastic. He came to the Giants. He was 400, 500, 500. And he was an asshole. He was a terrible asshole.
He had 3 lockers. He isolated himself from the rest of his teammates. To be fair, one of them was Jeff Kent, who doesn't have the best reputation either.
He fought with some guys. Like, he was an asshole. That's totally true. But I personally think that he kind of calmed down after Bobby died. That he kind of, he calmed down. He got a little nicer, and he's spent a few years off the game, watching baseball, rooting for the Giants, cycling. No jokes.
I don't care about his change of attitude. He still brings this cloud with him everywhere he goes, and is going to for the rest of his career.
Do you feel that cloud with Mark McGwire on the Cardinals?
No, because Mark McGwire has come out and said, I took steroids. I regret it.
Barry Bonds is publicly referring to himself as a convicted felon.
Yeah, for lying to the grand jury, not for taking steroids. He's never admitted to taking steroids. So he brings a lot of baggage with him, and it's baggage the Giants don't need, distractions the Giants don't need. He's going to come up for Hall of Fame votes in a couple years, and that's going to be an unmitigated disaster. It's going to be a media shit show.
I don't think that's true.
And he's going to be the center of it.
I don't think that's true. I think he's a resource, and I think they need to use that resource. And I think that if nobody really knows what a hitting coach does. There's
we'll ask Bam Bam tomorrow.
It's like, who's it? Carney Lansford, right?
Yeah.
He got fired after 2009, and everyone said, "Oh well, if the hitters aren't good, it must be the hitting coach's fault." That's not true. I think that also